JBN, we keep you informed. Indicom probing shooting of autistic boy by policeman's weapon. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, has started a probe into Saturday's shooting of a 9-year-old autistic boy at his home on Penwood Road in St. Andrew. The shooting involved the licensed firearm of his uncle, who is a policeman. The child remains hospitalized with a gunshot wound to his abdomen. It is reported that the boy was at home when his uncle's weapon was discharged, causing the injury. According to Indicom, the incident occurred on Saturday about 3:30 p.m. However, it was not reported to the Commission until a day later. Indicom said it will investigate the late notification, weapon handling, and safekeeping, and all actions taken which resulted in the injury to the child. The Commission is also appealing to persons who may have witnessed the incident to contact its offices and provide any information that they may have. Contact Indicom at 876-968-8875, 876-968-1932, WhatsApp at 876-553-5555. Double murder in Vineyard, St. Elizabeth. The police are reporting that 2 men were shot dead in the farming community of Vineyard in southwest St. Elizabeth on Monday. The victims were identified by the Constabulary Communications Unit (CCU) as shopkeeper Kenyatta Williams, also known as Troy, and the 31-year-old Lance Solomon, both of Vineyard. Reports are that both men were in a shop when armed men approached and shot them. Courier missing since June 29. Last Monday, June 29, Romario Charger Stewart went to make a delivery at a company along Spanish Town Road. The 26-year-old reached his destination and left, but minutes later, when his employer at 7 Crave called him to give him another set of orders to deliver, Stewart did not answer his phone. No one has seen or heard from him since. His motorcycle is also missing. Stewart's mother, Sharon Cunningham, said she and other loved ones are worried sick. "I am not doing good at all. I have been restless because I don't know where my son is. This is not something that he would do, and if he is listening, I'm begging him to come home. I'm also asking persons who know where he is to just get in contact with the police. I don't know if him having any enemies or having any issues with anyone," she said. Stewart, who resides in Duane Park, is a popular figure in the Kingston 20 entertainment circle. He is of dark complexion, medium build, and about 170 centimeters or 5 feet 7 inches tall. He's a very friendly person, and he takes everyone for his friend. You just need to meet him once and have a conversation with him, and you'll be drawn to his personality. He's a very jovial youth. I really miss him, and it's hard for me to focus, she said. Anyone who may have information on the whereabouts of Romario Stewart is being asked to contact the Duane Park Police at 876-933-4280 or the police emergency number 119. Electrician killed in Bogwalk, St. Catherine. The Jamaica Constabulary Force (JCF) said 26-year-old electrician Nasir Sami was shot and killed yesterday afternoon, July 6. It added that the incident took place at a shop in the victim's community, Magazine Lane, in Bogwalk, St. Catherine. The information provided by the Corporate Communications Unit of the JCF is sketchy. According to the CCU, someone was shot and killed at a local shop in the community between the hours of 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. yesterday. No one else was injured in the incident. 3 Ps charged with shooting with intent. A man is to face the court to answer to charges stemming from a shooting incident on D-Side Main Road, Trelawney, on Friday, July 3. Charged with shooting with intent is 30-year-old Yannick Johnson, otherwise called 3 Ps, a laborer of the area. Reports are that about 9:20 p.m., Johnson and another man had an altercation over a damaged motor car. Johnson reportedly took a firearm from his car and shot at the complainant. The complainant managed to escape unhurt. The police said they apprehended Johnson later the same day. He was charged after being pointed out in an identification parade and is expected to appear before the court soon. Police widen Hannah's contracts probe amid difficulty finding witnesses. The police say they have widened their investigation into the award of contracts involving St. Anne's Southeastern Member of Parliament, the People's National Party PMP's Lisa Hanna, and her husband Richard Lake. However, the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime CTOC branch says it has been having problems locating key witnesses in the matter. The update from the police follows revelations last week that the Director of Public Prosecutions has ruled out criminal charges against Hannah but recommended prosecution for Joan MacDonald, an executive in her constituency office. Lake, the DPP said, should be charged if the police collect a statement from MacDonald in which she maintains her claim that he persuaded her to make false statements to the office of the Contractor General. The DPP's July 2019 ruling followed a 2017 referral from the then Contractor General Derek Harrison, who had investigated allegations of impropriety and corruption at Hannah's constituency office and the award of contracts by the St. Anne Municipal Corporation. The ruling has not yet been made public. Anthony McLaughlin, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of CTOC, said his unit received a report from the Integrity Commission last September, which has formed the basis of the ongoing investigation. We have been met with some resistance. Some persons were not available, and some persons migrated, but we continue to try, he said, noting that up to yesterday, efforts were made to reach key witnesses. No one has been charged in the matter, and regarding MacDonald, McLaughlin said it has been hard to contact her. We were not able to locate her in the initial stages, but we are getting somewhere. We should be able to talk with her soon, the ACP said. McLaughlin said investigators are working to finish the case as quickly as possible. In November 2017, then Contractor General Derek Harrison asked the DPP to consider whether conflict of interest was involved in Hannah's recommendation of contracts to 12 people linked to the PMP. The DPP was also to rule on whether Hannah, in her capacity as a Member of Parliament, willfully neglected to perform her duty and or willfully misconducted herself. But the DPP said the OCG's findings did not rise to the level of a criminal charge, noting that nepotism and cronyism were not offences under Jamaican law. However, Llewellyn concluded that the Contractor General's report revealed a culture of negligence and or unethical management in the award of 53 Christmas work contracts, reportedly valued $13.3 million between 2011 and 2015. She said an impartial and fair-minded observer could legitimately form the view that the St. Anne Municipal Corporation was being used as a vehicle to benefit PMP cronies. The PMP, which has been critical of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, on corruption issues, has said the DPP's ruling is a full and complete exoneration of Hannah. However, the DPP has said she doesn't have the power to exonerate anyone. Lake, an executive member of the constituency at the time of the OCG probe, and Hannah have denied wrongdoing. Opposition leader says Llewellyn has poor track record on prosecuting corruption. Alleging a poor track record on corruption prosecution, opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips has written to Governor General GG Sir Patrick Allen objecting to the proposal to extend the tenure of Paula Llewellyn as Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP. The position of the People's National Party PMP president is against that of the Andrew Holness administration, creating a major political division over an important constitutional office. The DPP is responsible for criminal prosecutions on behalf of the government, and under Section 96 of the Constitution, an office holder's tenure ends on reaching the age of 60, which Llewellyn will be in September. The section further states that an extension may be granted before the DPP turns 60 by the Governor General acting on the recommendation of the Prime Minister after consultation with the Leader of the Opposition. The extension cannot exceed 5 years, and it's not clear for how long the DPP has requested to stay on for. However, on May 21, Phillips made a submission to Sir Patrick. Phillips told Queen Elizabeth's representative here of his March 2 response to Holness's proposal to support the extension. I have the most strenuous objection, Phillips said. The letter to the GG is part of ongoing discussions involving the decision makers in the matter. Phillips argued that his view was based on a range of issues, including what he termed the many deficiencies in the conduct of the office of the DPP during Llewellyn's 12-year tenure. Jamaica's reputation as a jurisdiction rife with corruption has grown in this period, and it is troubling that in such an environment, the office of the DPP, from all objective accounts, has a poor track record in the prosecution of corruption cases, he said, pointing to a more comprehensive response he gave wholeness. To bolster his claim, Phillips pointed to criticisms from local and international organizations, including the Organization of American States (OAS) mechanism for the implementation of the Inter-American Convention Against Corruption and the former office of the Contractor General. In a 2014 report, the OAS said the authorities needed to take steps to address what it said was a lack of prosecutions being carried out by Llewellyn's office for corruption and corruption-related offenses. The report had noted concerns among local officials that hardly any Jamaican politician or public official has been arrested or prosecuted for corruption despite the high levels of the crime in Jamaica. However, Llewellyn questioned research methods of the OAS review, noting that her office was never involved in the review. She had also stressed that the DPP's office was not an investigative body, and clerks of court who reported to the Chief Justice were responsible for the prosecution of most corruption cases. But in his King's House missive, Phillips argued that given Llewellyn's extraordinary long tenure and the deficiencies he claimed, the public interest would be best served with an open, transparent process of recruitment to this very important office of a person who enjoys unquestionable public confidence. The opposition leader also argued that extending the DPP's tenure does not reflect modern thinking, which he says favors a 7-year tenure for appointment of public officials. This thinking also facilitates differentiation between the tenure of the office of the DPP and the 5-year maximum term of any political administration, without making it so long as to create a diminished sense of accountability on the part of the office holder. A government official yesterday said they could not say with any certainty if anything has been approved. I just don't know. Llewellyn, the first woman to hold the office of DPP, said, I decline all comment in this matter. In one of the most high-profile corruption cases of the last decade, prosecuted by Llewellyn, PNP MP Kern Spencer walked free from allegations of money laundering and illicit enrichment in the Cuban light bulb affair after a judge upheld a no-case submission from defense lawyers. In another major case that's still ongoing, some senior members of the opposition PNP have been fighting the state prosecutor's office to avoid answering questions in open court from Dutch investigators probing the $31 million donation to the PNP administration in 2006 by Dutch firm Trafigura. Llewellyn has consistently complained of the limited resources her office was being given, which she has argued has impacted on the extent of her work. In 2017, the office won a major breakthrough when the Finance Ministry approved the hiring of 17 additional employees, 10 prosecutors, and 7 administrative and paralegal staff. Corruption issues have afflicted both political parties in recent weeks, with scrutiny intensified over operations at the St. Ann Municipal Corporation, damning reports of corruption at Petrojam under the Holness administration, and Elisa Hanna's role in awarding contracts to alleged PNP cronies in her constituency. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.